Okay, how is everybody doing here today? I've got a quick video here where I'm going to be going over some Neace updates. Since I haven't made a video in a while, I'm going to be covering some of his accounts, what he's doing, but I'm also going to be covering some things he's been saying on Twitter and claims about his success that he's been making. So let's get right into it. Okay, so first off, I want to get into his main account, which has been unbanned, and he just played one game on it, Jace, again, playing away from his Trendemir, so he is doing very poorly on that. And then on his other account, he's playing jungle, and he's having like moderate success. He's climbed a little bit, but not insanely high. I'm curious to see what will happen here, and if he starts a full-on jungle account, because I want to see him do it, and I want to see him get hard sec plat again. But who knows? Maybe he won't. And what I've got the main thing though that's going to be covered today is going to be regarding Neace, talking about some clients he's had in the past on his Twitter, and talking about how his coaching has led to them being successful. So let's get into that. Are his claims really true? And maybe they are. Who knows? Okay, so looking at his Twitter here, we've got some posts. Here he is arguing with someone called C9 Amelia, and about this recent post he just made. And there is talking about this person called Neace Time, okay? They say, hey, I had a coaching from you a long time ago. I was a bronze/silver player, and they just hit Masters today. And it was their coaching that did it, supposedly. So let's look at this account, okay? So this account's mostly a Yuumi player account, okay? And they play a little bit of other supports. And their Yuumi has by far the highest win rate of anything, actually. If you weren't to account for their Yuumi, they'd have about a 50% win rate, okay? So that's interesting. There clearly must be a really skilled Yuumi player. It's pretty hard to carry on Yuumi and get that high win rate on Yuumi, but, it's possible. Maybe you can be a really good Yuumi. They also like to play a lot of ARAMs here. But let's see. There's actually something a lot more sinister going behind this facade. So let's start to analyze these solo queue games right here. And so when you look into it, you can start to see that this person is clearly doing. They're doing, right here, there's this person named Force Olaf, or not Force Olaf, just Force whatever, Force the name change here, that they're doing with. Then you start to see them duel with another person called Protecting. So they're obviously dueling with that person for a couple games, and then they start to duel with this other jungler called... I don't even know how to pronounce that, okay? But they've been keep on doing with this other jungler, as you can see here. So they're clearly doing with a bunch of different people, and they're all junglers. Now this might actually be one person, but they're clearly getting a duo boost, okay? There's no other way to explain it. Always playing with a certain jungler, and it keeps on changing around. But let's look at these accounts, okay? This person is clearly a booster of some kind. Look, there's no other way to explain it. They play duo with a bunch of other people, and they're trying to rank other people for money. And if you look at this other account, Force Name Change here, this is clearly an account of a hard-stuck ADC player, most likely, or, well, not a hard-stuck ADC player, but this is clearly an account that is getting boosted, okay? They mostly play ADC and then they're playing jungler. I don't know, it's either an account that's getting boosted or that is used to boost. Again, we see this person just dueling with a lot of random jungler players, and it's just not a legitimate challenge, Masters that they hit, okay? They keep on dueling with the same jungler here, as you can see, and then it goes to ARAMs, and then they're dueling with this person called Gapped in Head. And this is another example of an account that I believe is getting boosted. Look, you're here, you see it has a lot of Lulu games, a lot of Janna games, Annie games, without very good KDAs. Then you look at, oh, they're playing Echo with an 11/4 KDA. Oh, they're playing Kindred. Oh, they're playing freaking Hackerdown, I mean. So it's clearly just an account that's being boosted. Again, I don't have to go over it, but every single game until they hit Masters, they're dueling with someone, okay? And they're getting boosted. That's just a simple way to put it. And it's just not very fair to be duo boosting, and there's other examples of people they're dueling with here. This is another one. So they're clearly getting some kind of duo boosting service. You can see, look at this guy's KDAs. He's averaging a lot of really good kills here. 18/5, 11/3. He's getting 28/3. This person's getting boosted, okay? So when Neace gets called out on this boosting here, someone says, dueling with someone smurfing is being boosted AF. Doesn't matter what champion they play. I agree girls get unfair scrutiny. In this particular case, I think people investigated because Neace flexed their rank, and it was not because she was a girl, okay? So this is because... Neace was trying to unfairly claim the rank of one of his students that does not deserve their rank because they were boosted, okay? I mean, I just showed they literally dueled with all of these accounts right here. And they were just boosted, okay? There's no other way to put it. And Neace then says, oh, it's just a problem with the game. It has no problem with me. Trying to deflect blame when he's trying to take credit for something that's not his work, okay? And then the funny thing is, he has another account here called The Great Dragoon. So this is a Garen player, and again, this guy was not boosted, but this guy actually dropped out, funnily enough. And again, all fair play to this Garen player. I'm not going to hate on him like I am going to this dual boosted support player, but one of his bastards hitting students dropped out, and then the other one was clearly dual boosted. It does say something about these people he's using to advertise his coaching business. And again, Neace has a lot more failure stories. He's had potentially up to thousands of coachings in the past, and he has a lot more failure stories and success stories, and this can be seen if you just check on his YouTube and look at his previous clients. Most of them have either quit the game or not climbed very much. Okay, and then, funnily enough, to prove this, I went into Neace's videos, and the very first one, I just looked up Neace coaching, and I looked for a video that was old, and was also one of him supposedly not yelling at his clients. Again, this title here, I didn't watch the video. Maybe he does yell at his clients, but I did not look for one which has an inflammatory title talking about how bad his clients are, so it's supposedly going to be one that is a ADC player or a player that will climb. Again, actually, now that I look at it, maybe this player, Neace, was criticizing them like he does so many in his titles here, which is not a very good business practice in my opinion, but besides that, I was trying to look for one which he did not criticize, and for one that was at least like a year or two old, and I found this one here. So this person's name is Shiz Busy. I believe they were like silver at the time. He had like a silver image in the thumbnail, so let's look at what rank Shiz Busy is. And so 8 months ago, they were like silver or bronze, and now they're bronze to 48% win rate, and this is just an example of one of Neace's clients. It's the first one I looked at, and it's just an example of a client that did not climb after Neace's coaching. And again, I literally, this is my first one, I swear, that I looked at, and I'm sure that most of them will not climb. I've looked at many examples of his clients in the past, and almost none of them climb, like 20% maybe. And that's actually horrendously low in my opinion when you consider that most of his clients are going to be people that are paying a lot of money for coaching, so they're clearly very motivated. So you would expect the percent who climbs to actually be a lot higher than like 10%. You'd expect it to be at least like 50%. So, yeah, I think Neace's claims are really disingenuous, and he's clearly lying and trying to gain ill-gotten favor for his coaching on his Twitter here. And when he gets called out for it, he refuses to take responsibility for it, so that's something I wanted to share. Of course, we've also got some info with the jungle account, and him playing jungle, and then him just inting it down on Jace like he does all the time. So I'll see you all later in the next video. Thank you for watching.